Hi and welcome to episode 2 of the Mad About You podcast. My name is Madeline and I'll be your host for today. And the backdrop is a little bit different because I'm coming to you from Canberra, which was, I guess, where my husband lives. So yeah, I've been down here this weekend to catch up with some friends, pick up my winter wardrobe because it's actually getting cold in Sydney, and also I've come down for the Celebration of Wool, which is an annual celebration that happens over this particular weekend in May. And yeah, it's literally maybe half a kilometre from where I live, and I just walked down and I went today. So that's all wrapped up and I'm at home, so I thought I may as well record a quick little podcast episode now, and then I guess it'll take me however long it takes to edit. So I actually only have one finished object to show you, which is this beanie that I'm wearing. So it's the Penny Royal pattern, and I can't remember whether I showed you last episode or not, but this is it here. So it's really nice. It was a pretty simple knit. I had to rip out the lace, I guess, portion of that eyelet lace section only once when I made it. And it was a Knit Picks wool, and I held that double with a Merino, a mohair, and it's the oak colourway, and it's Knit Picks wool of the Andes, and it's really nice. I kept my head warm this morning. I think I blend into the wall too much if I wear it, so I might just keep it off. So I've been knitting on two things mostly. So last time I showed you my flax light, and I was sort of only up to about here, I think, or maybe closer, but I've finished and I've done the ribbing down the bottom, and I just need to do the two sleeves. So this is the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits, and I went through all the yarn, but it's a Pickle & Co. in the Osaka colourway, and this was Fibre Revolution in the, I can't remember, but it's actually this pink here from my Starting Point by Hohi Locatelli, which I mentioned last time. So that's all I've done, and I've got one other project on the needles at the moment that I can't actually show because it's a surprise gift for someone, but it should be done in maybe, I'm hoping tonight I'll have it finished. I won't show you because the person who it's for will probably watch this and don't want to spoil the surprise. So I guess I'll talk about what I purchased today at the Celebration of Wool, because I love a good haul video. I don't actually own the two patterns that I bought the yarn for, so I guess once I finish this I'm probably going to have to go on Ravelry and buy those two patterns. But I went to a trunk show with Amber O'Brien at Skein Sisters a few weeks ago. Actually, it's probably closer to 2 months ago, and she has designed so many beautiful shawls, and so I tried a few on, and there's this one called Mirinda which just absolutely took my fancy, and I basically had decided that at some point in time I will make it. So we're at the Celebration of Wool with my friend, and we're at the Convent and Chapel stall, and we were there last year, and lots of people go because they have hedgehog fibres, and I think they may have been the only vendor at the festival that had hedgehog. So it's people queue up and then a little bit of pushing and shoving usually, but I just hung back and waited out. So anyway, I found the birthday cake, and this is the main colour for this shawl that I want to make. So it's hedgehog fibres, and it's called birthday cake, so it's this lilac-y sort of colour with all these speckles. And the original pattern has a Madeline Tosh Merino light in the other two colours, but she didn't have any, and I was like, well, I'm here, I may as well buy the rest. So I bought this one, which is called Crystal, and the other colour I got was called Purple Rain, and that's this one here. So yeah, I'll insert a picture of the pattern because I think it's probably too hard to see how that will, I guess, or imagine how that'll work together if you don't know what the pattern is. So somewhere in here I'll insert a picture, and you'll be able to see. So yeah, it's the first hedgehog that I've ever bought, which is interesting. Skein Sisters sell hedgehog, but I've never been able to find birthday cake while I was there. So I took advantage of all three of those, and I'm really excited. So I don't know when I will cast that on, probably after the exploration station if I'm honest. Yeah, I'm really excited to actually knit one of Amber's shawl patterns. So I went back to my favourite Canberra dyer, and I have their business cards I'm going to show you, Three Mums Yarn. So I spoke about them last time, and this is their card here. And so it's Kate, Penny and Ruth. And I didn't mention their names last time because I couldn't remember who the three. I knew there was a Kate and a Penny, but I'm sorry Ruth, I'd forgotten your name. So anyway, we're at their stall, and my friend and I usually have a rule that we do one whole lap of all of the stalls, and then we go back and purchase. So on my first trip around, I saw this skein here, and it's a new base for them, or newish. I've not bought it before. So it's all the sparkle sock, and it's got a bit of it's got a stellina. It's gold, yeah, gold stellina inside it. And I thought, oh, I really liked this, and there was a few patterns that call for, you know, one colour like this. And then I kept walking around and I went, you know what, I've really been admiring this Zweig by Caitlin Hunter. And I thought, okay, that's it. That's that main colour in the middle. So I'm going to buy it. And then while I was there, I was trying to think, what can I pair with it? What could I do? And one of the ladies was actually skeining these dark colours. And I thought, I can't knit a whole thing, like a whole sleeve, like two sleeves and the torso kind of like from here down in such a dark colour. Surely I'll get bored. But the pattern actually has it has its own pattern down in the torso or of the body. So I decided, yep, okay, I'm doing it. So I did. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's getting a little bit blown out, that colour, but the three together are just really nice. So one is a little bit more of a indigo-y blue than the other two skeins, but if I alternate, it should be fine, and that's just what happens with hand-dyed yarn. So yeah, I'm really excited. And something else I always buy from them is their stitch markers. So I love hexagons. So there's some hexagon stitch markers there. It's a little pussycat progress keeper and stitch markers. You can see that one. And then I got some triangles as well because I really enjoy those geometric shapes. So yeah, really excited to use those. And also I signed up for fibre share again, so one of those will be really nice little thing to slot in for my fibre share partner. So the only impulse purchase I bought today was this merino bump of fibre. So I don't spin. I nearly bought a drop spindle, and to be honest I might go back tomorrow, but I decided today that I have enough fibre hobbies with knitting and crochet, and I probably don't really have enough time for a third, but I really liked these colours and it was only $6. So in my little shopping bag that went. And I carted all my shopping around in this We Love Knitting tote that I got free from, I think I got it free, or you know, I may have purchased it, but I got that from Claire at We Love Knitting. So I maybe had it for 2 years now, and I think I took it last time to the Fibre Festival and it was excellent. So it's good. I don't have to take bags from people, and yeah, really cool. So I picked up some other business cards and I had a chat to a few different people. So this lady here makes beautiful yarn, And she's another Canberra local, so I'll link her Etsy shop below. She's on Facebook and Instagram. And I was really tempted to buy a fading point fade kit that she'd put together, but I know I'm not going to knit the fading point, and I'm not buying things that I don't have a plan for anymore, because I did that for the first couple of years that I knit, and I still have that yarn because it didn't have a plan. So I didn't, but I've got her business card and I'm now following her on Instagram, so I'm more than likely going to purchase from her in the future, but obviously, like I said, with a plan. This is the cards for black wattle yarns. Now, they make alpaca fibre and yarn, and it's the One Tree Hill alpaca stud. So they used to be called One Tree Hill alpaca yarn, but they've rebranded as the black wattle. And yeah, I've bought some from them before, actually last year, and I still haven't used it. It's so beautiful and soft, but I only bought one skein of a particular colour, and I don't have a project in mind yet, so I've got to work my way through that one. And I also met Katrina of Pirate Pearl Yarn. So I followed Katrina on Instagram probably for a year now, and she makes really beautiful yarn. And I met her actually at the Tarndwarncoort booth, so I think I may have dropped their flyer. Excuse me one sec as I pop down here. Yeah, so I first heard about them because they were at Wool, or I guess facilitated Wool Fest, which I didn't go to this year, but some people from Skein Sisters did, and Libby Johnson, who has the Truly Myrtle podcast, which is an audio and sometimes visual YouTube podcast that I listen to and I watch. And I actually recognised the man. I said, "Oh, I'm really sorry to bother you." I said, were you in the video with Libby Johnson? And he said, oh, yep, that was me. So we had a nice little chat about his farm, and their family actually bred the Polwarth breed, and that fibre is so lovely. So I met Katrina from Pirate Pearl, who's in Newcastle, which is a couple of hours north of Sydney. And her base is one of the Tarndwarncoort spun or grown yarns. I don't really know the correct terminology for that, but yeah, so it was nice. We had a chat. She had a beautiful exploration station, and if I hadn't have bought my Sweet Georgia for that exploration station that I chose a couple months ago, I probably would have gone on Etsy and bought the yarn from her. So she didn't actually have any there, but she was, I guess, promoting herself out of that stall at the show, and yeah, it was excellent, and she was so lovely, and we had a really lovely chat. So yeah, thank you, Katrina. I doubt that you'll watch this, but if you do, I really enjoyed having a chat with you today, so that was awesome, I guess. And finally, I did buy something else, but it's not for me. So one of the ladies at work from this Adigo Mills, and they do alpaca as well, so I just grabbed that one, and it was a kit actually. So one of the ladies that I work with also knits, not quite as prolifically as me, but she's a knitter, and I said, "Oh, is there anything you'd like me to pick you up?" And she said, "I really want to knit a scarf, something that's natural." Anyway, I found this kit here, and I sent her a few photos, and I don't want to get the wool out because it's all packaged up nicely, but look how beautiful that is. And it's alpaca, and it's so soft. It's just, yeah, delicious. So scrumptious, which is good. So I'll give that one to her at work, and I think she'll really enjoy it. So yeah, that's all I really have to talk to you about. I'm pretty much working on my surprise project, which I should finish shortly. And then I'm really not sure what I want to do next. I guess I want to practice my brioche a little bit more, so I probably will cast on that project that I talked about last time, the cow. But yeah, I've got some still at work, but we're a little bit stable at the moment, so I think I'm actually going to have some time to sit down and focus and learn how to do it properly, which is really good. Yeah, so I guess that's all I really have to talk about for this time. I don't know when I'll record another episode, just because my husband's coming back in 2 weeks. He's been away for a couple of months, so it's really exciting, and then we're going to go on a little holiday, so I'm actually planning my holiday knitting. We're going to Vanuatu, so I don't know how warm it's going to be, so my project choice is going to have to be a pretty specific one, and not somewhere where I'll probably find a lot of time to knit, but we'll see how that goes. So it's just some extra footage that I took when I was there. This one is from the Fiberwebs booth where Canberra designer Liana Gardner was actually vending some of her patterns and helping out. I didn't get to speak to the ladies because they were pretty swamped when I was there, but they've got some pretty beautiful colours, and I actually saw them there at the festival or the celebration of wool last year. The next one coming up was from a stall called Mulberry and Flax, and it's a yarn called Great Southern Yarn, which I'd never seen before, and they had some really beautiful natural coloured spun yarns and just some interesting crochet wares. And there's also some crochet cactus coming up, which I really wish I had bought, but I missed out on that one. This is Black Wattle yarn, so I talked about them a little bit before, but they always come with such a beautiful selection of yarns to the fair, and as you can see in this video, some natural colours from the just straight alpaca fleece that's been spun, and then also some really bright vibrant dyes as well. And then we're coming up to Three Mums Yarn, who are my current favourite Canberra dye ladies. And a funny story, while I was there, I was trying to explain the Zweig sweater to my friend, and one of the ladies was actually wearing it, and I yelled at my friend, I pointed out, that's the jumper, that's what I want to make. And I was umming and ahhing, and I wasn't sure about the black colour and if I would have enough, and I was just not sure what to do, and she's like, oh, do you want to try it on? And so she did. We swapped shirts, and I tried on her Zweig, and that made up my mind essentially when I saw it. So yeah, that was excellent. And this is my modest haul before I added that final Grello colour, which I don't have an individual picture of. Thanks for watching episode 2. It's a bit shorter this time, and I think I'm going to try and keep them a little bit shorter, which my mum actually suggested. So thanks, Mum. So thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.